I'm going through your book titles. I'm like, Peter will always have a job. Why? Because there is so much corruption that needs to be rooted out in our nation. And Peter, even going through your books that you've already written, did you ever think it would get to the point where we would see the FBI raiding a former president's home just before elections, before midterm elections? Obviously, he's been backing a lot of candidates on successfully, by the way. And did you ever think it would come to this point? I just want to start with that.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, corruption's a huge problem in our country among the political elite. One of the people that works with me as a fact checker, actually, is a former A-10 pilot for the Air Force. And after he worked for me for about 4 months, he came to me and said, yeah, this reminds me of the military. We used to call this a target-rich environment. And that's what it is when it comes to corruption. And yeah, I think the FBI raid against Trump is really shocking on a number of levels. I mean, we don't know all the details of everything that's entailed, but what clearly seems to stand out to me is that we have a judicial system, a law enforcement system that inconsistently deals with these issues. We know that General Petraeus, we know certainly Hillary Clinton had a lot of top secret information. Hillary on her laptop, it was acknowledged that there were top secret documents there. And yet the decision from the FBI was they weren't going to pursue that case because they, quote unquote, couldn't provide motive, even though the statute didn't require proving motive. And yet you have here a raid done, not a subpoena issued, not further discussions between Trump's lawyers and the federal government about documents, whether these documents are still here or not. We actually have this bold raid, something that, of course, never happened to Petraeus and Hillary Clinton. And that, to me, is the most troubling and shocking thing that we have in this country, which is a criminal justice system that seems to treat you differently based on what your politics happen to be. And when you reach that point, you have a criminal justice system that's not much about justice anymore.